Hello everyone. Today we're going to do revision on fourth unit, that is Introduction to Stack and Queue. So these are the important questions from the question bank from 3-4 years. So the first question we'll see now, that is define stack, explain how to represent a stack in a C. So basically stack is a data structure in which the elements is an ordered list in which all insertion and deletions are made at only one end, and that is end is called as a top end. So suppose we have to make stack of elements 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, then 10 will be the bottommost element as you are seeing in this diagram. The 10 is the bottommost element in the stack and 60 is the topmost element in the stack. So this diagram shows the stack representing of the stack. So the first element we push, that is 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50, and the last element we inserted, that is 60. So topmost element is pointing to the always last elements. That's why the stack is called as an LIFO data structure, last in first out. So whenever we insert, that particular insertion of the element or operation is called push, and whenever we want to delete the element in the stack, then it is called as a pop element. So here the important thing is that stack is having only one end, that is top end, from where you can insert the element and where you can delete the element. But as you know, the stack is a LIFO data structure, means last in first out. So whenever you want to remove elements from this stack, then first you cannot remove any random element, but first you have to remove the 60, 50, 40, 30, 20 and then 10. So that's why it is called stack is a LIFO data structure. Now how the stack can be represented in a C? So here the declaration is there where globally hash defined size is 10. At most you can insert the 10 elements into the stack. Then structure we have used for defining the size, struct size, where it contains the members, that stack size, and only one, it contains the top, that is integer top, and this is a st is a variable. So the typical example can be stack of coins. So to understand well in real time application is, the coins can be arranged one on another. When we add a new coin, it is always placed on the previous coin, and while removing coin, the recently placed coin can be removed. This example resembles the concept of stack exactly. Or you can say, if you suppose we want to keep the books one after another, then I'll keep 5 books one after another. Then which book I will remove first? The fifth book what I kept now, that I will remove the first. So this exactly represents the concept of stack. So let's see the next question, that is question number 2. Explain stack operation. So stack contains different type of operation. The first one, to create a stack, to insert an element onto the stack, to delete an element from the stack, to check which element is at the top of the stack, to check whether a stack is empty or not. So these are the basic state operations are there. So to create a function, create a stack in the memory. Creation of a stack can be either done by using arrays or a linked list. The insert function inserts a new element at the top of the stack. The insertion of element onto the stack is called push operation in the stack. The delete function removes that element which is at the top of the stack. The delete operation is called pop. Many a times we need to test for the topmost element of the stack and to the test whether the stack is empty or non-empty before we make subsequent the operation. Means whenever you want to push the element, you need to check whether the stack is full, that is called stack overflow condition, and whenever stack is empty, that is stack underflow condition. So it is good to test whether the stack is full or not before inserting a new element. Similarly, before removing the element from stack, one should check whether it is empty or not. So these are the important operations of stacks. Let's see the third question. Write an algorithm to push and pop operation. So push means inserting element into the stack. So this is an push algorithm. Void push is the name of the algorithm, where in the definition only we are given the int item. So here top plus plus, before pushing the element we need to increment the top, and then s of top, where the top is pointing, there you need to insert the element. So push functions take the parameter item, which is actually the element which we want to insert into the stack. Before pushing element into the stack, we have to check whether stack is full or empty. If we try to push element when stack is full, then stack overflow occurs. See, this is top plus plus, dot is by mistake it came here, so don't see that. Next we'll see the pop algorithm. Int pop, return type is integer, we are not passing any argument in the function. So here we have taken the item, integer item. Item is equal to s of top. First we have to point which item we need to fill it, and always we have to read the item where the top is pointing, and then decrement the top by 1. And then after decrementing, return the item which you have deleted. So before performing pop operation, program invokes the function stack empty to check whether the stack is empty or not. The value at the top is stored in some variable as item, and it then decremented the value of top. Let's see the next question. Differentiate between stack and queue. As we know, the stack is a data structure in which only one end is there for insertion purpose or for deletion purpose. Queue is a data structure in which two separate ends are there for insertion purpose and for the deletion purpose. The end is used by the stack is called top end. In the stack, the element is inserted from the rear end and the element is deleted from the front end in a queue. Stack is called LIFO data structure, that is nothing but last in first out. Queue is a FIFO data structure, first in first out. Stack is used by system programs for handling the recursion. Queues are used for scheduling the jobs in an operating system. The real-time example of the stack is you can place the books one after another, where the last kept book will be removed first, or you can keep the coins one after another. The last kept coin will be removed first. And in the real-time example of queue is ticket collecting queue, where the first person is standing to take the movie ticket or any ticket. He'll get the first ticket and he'll remove from the queue first. So that is a first in first out queue example. Let's see the next question. Define queue. Explain the sequential representation of a queue. As we know what is meant by stack, like that queue is also a data structure, where queue is an ordered collection of elements that has two ends named as front and rear. From the front end, one can delete the elements. From the rear end, one can insert the elements. For example, typical example can be a queue of people who are waiting for a city bus at the bus stop. any new person is joining at one end of the queue, you can call it as rear end. When the bus arrives, the person at the other end first enters in the bus. You can call it as a front end of the queue. So here in the diagram you can see the example of queue where it has the 6 element 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. From the rear end you can insert the element, from the front end you can delete the element. So after inserting the element from the rear end, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 are there. Now suppose you want to delete the element from the front end, you can remove the 10 first, 20 second, 30 third, time 40, then 50, and then lastly you can remove the 60. So let's see the next question, that is C program to illustrate stack operation using array. This question you will get in the exam for 10 marks where you have to write the program for stack. So here the stack is being implemented using the arrays. So here we have used the predefined libraries. Hash include stdio.h to support the input output. Then hash include stdlib .h library file it will support, and then globally we have declared the true and false, true for 1 and false for 0, and then globally we are also defined here stack size, 3 elements you can insert here. Then by using structure we are defined the stack where int element and then stack size is given, stack size is 3, then int top. Now first algorithm, that is push algorithm. Push is used for inserting element into the stack. Let's stack star ps. So this is the pointer variable, and then int integer one variable we have taken, that is x. Now here in this function we are checking the condition if ps of top is equal to size stack size minus 1, means top is pointing to the minus 1, means nothing element is present in the stack. Then at that time you have to print stack size minus 1, means it is now pointing to the almost size it is reached, and you are trying to insert more than the third element, you are inserting fourth element, then it will print stack overflow condition. Then else if top is pointing to the top plus 1, then means there is a space is there, then push element and then insert that at the x element. So next is empty condition to check whether the stack is underflow or no. So if top is pointing to the minus 1, means nothing element is present at that time, stack is empty, condition will become true, else it will become false. The next next function, that is pop, where struct stack star ps is a variable we are taken. If empty condition is there, then stack is underscore else. Top we are pointing to the top minus 1, means we are decrementing top here. Before deleting any element we need to decrement top by 1. So ps of top is equal to ps of top minus 1. Then pop the element, and then which element you have popped, that you have to print it. Okay. Next function is a display function. So here in this one integer variable taken, that is r. For loop is taken to print n numbers. So it is initially I is equal to 0, r is less than or equal to ps of top, I plus plus, then print elements one by one from 0 to the last size of the stack, and then return the elements. Now main function, in the main function we have declared the variable choice comma x as integer variable, then struct stack s is variable taken as a stack variable, then s dot top equal to minus 1. The top is initially pointing to the minus 1, it indicates stack is empty. Do here we are printing the menu push One choice for pushing, second for pop, third for display, and fourth for exit. Now we are enter your choice. Then by inputting choice value, we are taking which case you want to do. First case, entering the element, where you are inserting the element through the keypad, and then we are pushing that into the function. By using function, we are pushing the element into the stack. The second condition is a pop, where we are popping the elements, means we are deleting the elements. In the third case, stack, it displays. By the display function, we are displaying the stack contains elements. Then choice, fourth is invalid, then you can directly come out from the loop. So you can trace out the output here. When you insert this program, you get the output: first push, pop, second, third display, fourth exit. So you get the statement, enter your choice. First, if you give the choice, then enter the element to push. The first element we have pushed is 10. Second element we have pushed 20. Third element we have pushed 30. Then fourth element we have pushed 40. Then third choice is for display purpose. Then you can see the elements 10, 20, 30. Okay, 10, 20, 30 it contains. Then second choice for popping, here you are popping the first element is last element you have deleted, that will be removed first. 30 will remove first, 20 second, and 10 is last. Then in second choice again, if you are give, then at that time stack is contains nothing. At that time we will get the message stack underflow. Third choice, if you insert, then it will give stack contains nothing is there now. 4 for invalid choice. So let's see the next question, that is how you implemented stack like that in for your final exam. Even will get the implementation of queue using arrays. So here we have used the hash include stdio.h file, stdlib.file, like that. Here also we are globally defined. Queue size is 5. Now queue is declared here by using struct, where the two variables we have taken. One integer variable of size, that is 5 elements. At most you can insert 5 elements into the queue. Then integer front and rear. These are the two ends of the queue. Now the first function, that is void insert. In the here we have passed the argument struct queue. Here pointer variable q and integer variable is x. If q of rear is greater than or equal to size minus 1, then you have to print the q overflow and then you have to come out. If q of rear is equal to q of rear plus 1, means at that time you can insert the variable into the q, that is through the x integer value you can insert into the q. Then if q of front equal to minus 1, then you have to increment the front for inserting the element purpose. Now the next function, that is delete, where you are passing the argument struct q, star q is pointer variable, int y integer variable. Q of front is equal to minus 1, means front is now pointing to the minus 1, means nothing element is there, then q is underflow, you have to print. Then y is equal to q of item is pointing, then q of front should point to the element which you want to delete. Then q of front equal to q of rear, means both are front and rear is pointing at the same time. Then front equal to rear equal to minus 1, means nothing element is there to delete there, else you have to increment the front. When you increment the front, the item will be deleted from the queue. You need to print that. The next is display function, where q, struct q, star q pointer variable is taken, one integer normal variable is taken, that is I. Then for loop is taken to point out the front and rear. Then you have to print the items which are present in the queue. The main function we'll see now, that is void, return type is void main. Here the integer variable has taken as x comma choice, then struct q is a q. Then initially we are pointing q dot front, q dot rear is pointing to the -1, means nothing element is present in the q. Here do while loop we have taken. So to display the menu, first menu for inserting the element into the queue, second is for deleting element to the queue, third is to display the element into the queue, fourth for exit purpose, and one more you have taken, that is enter your choice. How you are entering the choice? Through the keypad, that is CH. Now switch case is taken for multiple choice. Case 1, 2, 3. Case 1 enters the element into the queue. Case 2 delete the element by the delete function. Case 3 displays the function by the display function. Choice 4 if you insert, then it will directly come out from the loop. So you can see the output. You get the output like this. First choice is insert, second is delete choice, third is display, fourth is exit. So first choice if you insert the element, that is 11 we inserted first, second 22, third is 32 inserted, then enter the choice 3 to display which are the contents present on the queue, that is 11, 20, 33. The choice 2 is a deleting. Now which element you have to delete first? First in first out means which function inserted we first. So that element will remove first. Second inserted 20 will remove second. 33 is inserted last, that will remove last. So this is only difference between stack and queue. Stack is a LIFO data structure, means last element will be removed first. Queue is a FIFO data structure, first element will be removed first. Now next question, that is question number 8. Write algorithm for queue insertion and deletion operation. So this is the insertion algorithm for queue. If rear is equal to max size, if rear is pointing to the maximum size of a queue array, then that means the queue is full, and here you cannot insert any element. Otherwise go to the step 2, then read the element to insert it into the queue, then increment the rear by 1, place the element in the queue array at the index pointed by the rear. So this is algorithm for a insertion. Then second algorithm for rear. If front is equal to -1, if front is pointing to the -1, that means the queue is empty and cannot be deleted any element in the queue. If queue contains nothing element, then how it is possible? That time you have to directly go to the second step. Otherwise you have to go to the second step. If nothing element is there, then you have to print queue is empty. Then second, read element pointed by the front. Now suppose any element is there, then element is pointing to the front, then that you need to delete. So increment front pointer, then that element will be deleted and display the item which has been deleted from the queue. This is the algorithm for deletion operation. Let's see the next question, that is explain different types of queues. So queues are having the following types. First one is a circular queue. Circular queue is a queue which the elements are circular in fashion and front is adjacent to rear. So here figure you can see this is a circular queue where this 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 elements are present in this, where rear is pointing to the first element and front is always pointing to the anywhere in this queue. Okay. The next is a type is a priority queue. The priority queue is a data structure having a collection of elements which are associated with a specific ordering. So here the two types of ordering or priority queues are there. One is ascending priority queue, another is a descending priority queue. In ascending priority queue, it is a collection of items in which the items or element can be inserted arbitrarily, but the smallest element can be removed first. In descending priority queue, it is a collection of items in which the item can be inserted in any way, but only the largest element can be removed first. Third type, that is double-ended queue. Even you can call it as a D queue. Double-ended queue is also called as a D queue. It is finite collection of elements in which the element can be inserted from both ends, that is front end and from the rear end. Even the elements can be deleted from both ends. From the front end also you can delete, from the rear end also you can delete. So that's why it is named as a D queue. From the front end you can delete the element or you can insert the element. From the rear end you can delete the element or you can insert the element. So these are the types of queues. So thank